are just hours away from the opening ceremony for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, and our next guest is here to help us dive right into all the excitement. That's right, three-time Olympian, four-time medalist, and new USA diving coach David Boudia is joining us live from Paris this morning with a sneak peek into all the action. Good morning, David. Welcome.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, it is my pleasure. Oh my goodness. And look at the view behind you, the Eiffel
It's a
Tower. It looks amazing in Paris. Everyone's excited, right?
it is probably the most unique time to come to Paris, especially with the Olympics launching, where you're going to see streets that are closed off and there's not tourists all over the place. Right now, Eiffel Tower is closed to credential people only, and so the ones that have the special credential get to see it without people in the background. But it's exciting. Today is opening ceremonies, which every athlete around the world has been anticipating for the past 3 years since Tokyo.
Wow, that's amazing. So much excitement. And speaking of the excitement, it's been building up for months there in Paris. What's the scene like in Paris and how are athletes feeling as the games get underway tonight?
Yeah, I think the emotions are high. So the village started to about 3 days ago. More and more athletes started to get here from other countries, and it is now full blown Olympic Village and cafeteria. It takes a little bit longer to get your food, and so they have to be mindful of planning before training. And there's a lot happening behind the scenes that the public doesn't see for
Mhm.
athletes having to get ready for competition and compete at their best on the biggest stage of sports.
Amazing. And also, you're returning to the Olympic Games in a new role this year. Can you tell us how you're passing the torch, my friend?
Yeah, so it's a unique opportunity because I've done three Olympics as an athlete, and now this is my first as a coach. And preparing athletes versus preparing yourself is dramatically different, where I have to think about plans for all the athletes and manage the emotions that they have, whether it's anxiety or excitement, and
Mhm.
help them ride the roller coaster ride as best as possible. And at the same time, I still have my athlete role with Team Toyota, so I put that hat on and represent
Yeah.
Toyota. That's helped me from since before Tokyo to now in Paris.
Now, David, being a three-time Olympian, four-time medalist, what advice would you give to other divers wanting to bring home the medal here in America?
Yeah, I think the biggest advice I give to athletes is to learn how to filter out the lies that are coming into your head. And so there's going to be thousands that go through your head. So you have to figure out what's a lie and what's a truth, and then execute your plan one step at a time. I think it's hard to keep perspective when there's a lot of chaos happening around you, whether it's other athletes from other countries or navigating what time I have to get on the bus. And so if you can slow everything down and keep perspective in those moments, those are the athletes that are going to see the podium.
The dedication that these athletes put in for this one moment in time is absolutely incredible. How important is it for them to have support from fans and communities nationwide?
Yeah, I mean, I think you look back to when I was 7 years old, I watched the '96 games and I looked at these athletes and I heard their stories, and it gave me excitement to eventually have this dream of going to the Olympics myself. And tonight it's no different. There's going to be thousands of little kids around the United States watching these games, and one spot particular is Start Your Impossible campaign with Toyota, and our very own Elise Willoughby is going to share her story. And just that story is going to encourage that one athlete to, who knows, 20 years from now could see themselves on the podium because they saw this commercial or heard that story. And I think this is a really cool moment for little fans across the United States.
I agree. And I love the opening ceremony. It's always so
Hmm.
beautiful to watch, and you're really proud of the country that we live in. And by the way, in addition to change for you with USA Diving, you've got a new career outside of the Olympics. Can you tell us all about that?
Yeah, so and not under the best circumstances. It's kind of a bittersweet moment, but I plan to 5 years from now take over as a head coach at Purdue University. because of a diagnosis that my coach, who coached me in 2012, Adam Soldati, back in February, was diagnosed with ALS and now stepped
Mm.
into his role as head coach at Purdue. And this is also an opportunity to help promote his GoFundMe campaign because ALS is a disgusting disease, and he is a phenomenal man. And so,
Yeah.
on my Instagram at David Boudia, there's a link to that, so I can support the Soldati family as well.
And as we keep mentioning, tonight is the big night for the opening ceremony of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, so don't miss out. Be sure to tune in and watch on NBC. Lady Gaga will take the stage, and Celine Dion returns to the stage after years of taking a break from her health struggles. David, how excited are you to see these two fierce women in music perform? Because that's going to be a moment right there.
The Olympic opening ceremonies, it brings out the best in athletes and celebrities and talented singers like those two. And I think I'm looking forward to not having to walk or sit in the opening ceremonies and actually get to watch it on TV for once and kind of relive that moment of 7-year-old David. And now I'll get to see them on a screen instead of maybe in the background when they're this small. Or so
All right.
it's a fun opportunity for me, but for Team USA to float down the river and see that.
Instead of having to pull out the binoculars, from
Hmm.
your seat, you can just watch, on the TV thanks to the camera crew that'll be out there to
You're
zoom
right.
in on them. That's right. Now, David, you have a book out titled Greater Than Gold From Olympic Heartbreak to Ultimate Redemption. I encourage everyone to read it. What a great book. You share in your first Olympics, you failed miserably, not winning a single medal. But 4 years later, we all saw a different story. You mounted the podium twice, winning both gold and bronze. You shared to your readers you found and gave glory to God. When did finding God help you along the way in your professional career, but also personal journey and life as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think you look back at it was my first Olympic Games in 2008, and I was so focused on getting there that I forgot about what I was doing in the first place. The journey and trying to enjoy those moments. And I lost sight of that. But at the same time, it also gave me perspective in asking what my purpose was in life. And so that book kind of explains, Greater in Gold explains that from 2008 to 2012. And when someone finds a purpose in life, what that does to help with their focus. And it just gives you clear vision. And even now to this day, I'm able to go back on those experiences in 08, 2012, and 2016, and now hopefully impact the divers that I'm working with at USA Diving to help launch their dreams to come true.
Well, today will be a celebration of sports and to cheer on our great nation of USA. David, when you look at what's going on here currently in America with our country, being so divided, the past few weeks of the crazy current events that's happening in our country, how do you hope others can come together for at least this special event to watch the Olympics in Paris?
I mean, you look at what the Olympics are about, and it's to bring the world together and compete in sports with peace. And so, hopefully, that gives encouragement to just people back home that can look back on the Olympics that they've seen and what sparked their excitement, and to see that we're one country, we're united, and we're representing Team USA under the United States flag, and hopefully bring them back to those moments where they're proud to be American and to hear the national anthem
Mhm.
play on the biggest stage of sports here in Paris.
Nice. I'm very excited. I cannot wait to watch on NBC. So check your local listings, you guys. I'm sure you can watch anywhere, anytime on NBC. But we'll have all the information below. But David, tell us, where can we go for more information and to follow along during this exciting time?
Yeah, so one of the unique things is to go to Team Toyota or at Team Toyota on Instagram. You go to my page at David Wadaya, and then all over social media, you'll be able to follow journeys from thousands, hundreds of athletes from Team USA.
Nice. We'll have all the information below as well. David Boudia, thank you so much for coming on the show. Best of luck to USA at the Paris Olympics, kicking off tonight for the opening ceremony. David, you take care. You have a great day and have a lot of fun in Paris.
Thank you very much. Go Team USA.